Hey all, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today we're looking at a real classic. This is Castlevania, Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation 1. This was commissioned by Nocturne Privigini, and I, of course, have Volk with me for this one. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well. I mean, we got Castlevania Symphony of the Night in front of me. Can't go wrong.
Yes. Let's see. Let's just put HFC, because I'm boring either.
That's fair enough. Simple name, it works.
If I recall correctly, this starts in a pretty hype fashion.
Yes, it starts with the events of, it's either Bloodlines or Rondo of Blood. I'm not entirely familiar which one it actually is, but it essentially starts with the finale of Richter Belmont storming the castle to face off against Dracula to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
Very good, very good. I'm not entirely sure when we'll play up till, but it's a 2D Castlevania. This is actually the first Metroidvania game I think I've played in the Castlevania series. I've mostly stuck to the 2D ones until now.
This is pretty much the first and probably the quintessential Metroidvania game. Pretty much after this point, most Castlevania games from that point on ventured towards the Metroidvania route, including some of the other games like Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow are two I also very much enjoy, Dawn of Sorrow in particular. And then you've got Order of Ecclesia and Portrait of Ruin.
Yeah, then you have like the weird ones by Mercury Stream or Steam, whichever. And yeah, they went on to make Samus Returns, I believe.
Ah, okay.
There you go. Yeah, I got info, I got trivia.
Oh, here we go. Final stage.
Right, let's test my controls and whatnot. X is jump, that's whip. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that was just a glow button, I guess.
I believe that is your item crash, but since you haven't picked up an item yet, it just powers up your whip, so it's all flamey and what have you.
God, the sprite work is amazing.
It is incredible. I mean, obviously the PS1 was sort of like on this 3D graphics tear for quite a while. 2D games are kind of few and far between, but I mean, if you make it work with software that can handle it, it's absolutely amazing.
It was not by my hand.
Do I even need to go into detail on how iconic this is?
So iconic that there is a great little animation of sorts by Kageto-kun, who did his own version of this, and it's equally funny.
Who is that? Enlighten me.
Kageto-kun, he is the guy who did the over 9,000 thing. He's also the dude who did I Hope My Body Can Take It, Gutsman's Ass.
Oh.
And there's a couple of others as well, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Why would you throw away a perfectly good glass of, like, fruit summer thing?
Oh, he's probably got plenty in the cupboard.
Alright, let's see how badly I whiff this.
Well, you're already not using the holy water, so we'll have to see how this goes for you.
I have holy water.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You should try the item crash button, it's a little bit more effective.
Okay, sure, why not? I know he has a second form, so I'm just trying to save it for there. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, fuck you.
Hydrostorm is so overpowered.
I beat him. I beat Dracula. Oh no. Oh Jesus, that is a really cool transformation effect.
I love it. It's amazing just like how ahead of its time this game seemed to be in the whole 2D sprite work game. You know, it's one of those genres that we thought peaked as like 3D was becoming more affordable and easier to do, but this game I think went a long ways to prove that it is still very much in, and it can be just as effective as any 3D game given the right production.
There we go. I wanted her to run in and save my dumbass. Yeah.
Turtle, tiger, dragon, cockatrice. These are the powers I need to become basically immortal.
So what, I can't die now?
That is correct. Basically, if you lose all your health, Maria will come by and cast her spell to effectively make you immortal. I'm not sure if it actually makes you immortal, if it just gives you a shield, but the effect is pretty much the same. But you do actually get a bonus if you manage to defeat this form of Dracula without actually relying on that.
Well, I am a casual, so there we go. No evidence. There's no evidence that I ever died in that phase.
And now we get to the part where it sets up for the main portion of the game. So
Good
Richter
stuff.
Belmont defeated Count Dracula and became the hero of the town, and they had a massive feast in his honor and something such. And apparently Shaft was involved. He's a complicated man who no one understands but his woman.
Oh, did they know? Did they name him after the actual chef?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. That one is a piece of trivia shrouded in mystery. Some people like to say yes, others, not so much. It's just a name.
Okay, so Maria Renard was the person who ran in and buffed me, I suppose.
That is right. So, essentially, after the events of this felling of Dracula, a few days later, Richter actually went missing.
Ooh.
And Alucard, who is Dracula's son, who we'll be playing as for the majority of this game, and was also featured in Castlevania 3,
Yep.
is coming by to sort out this weird power struggle, I guess, inside Castlevania. Apparently the castle is still there, even though Dracula has been long since killed, and it's all a bit unusual, so Alucard has taken it upon himself to investigate.
It would be a bit weird if Hogwarts collapsed every time a headmaster left, you know?
Yeah, just Dumbledore gets reincarnated every single time. Although that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this. Oh, Castlevania. Mwah. Beautiful. I'm so glad Igarashi is doing, like, Bloodstained and whatnot.
It's looking like a very, very solid game. I mean, even the NES-styled one seems pretty good.
What was that, Curse of the Moon?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I really want to play that. I love the original 2D style of Castlevania. Hopefully I don't do too badly now that there's a bit more freedom and whatnot involved.
Well, it's still very much 2D, it's just the difference is that there's a lot more variety in terms of items and what have you. So, depending on how you go through the game, you can either make it an incredibly skill-based affair, or you can try and make it so that you can try and find all the secrets to get all these crazy hidden items that might be able to help you out along the way.
Okay, he died in one hit, good.
So much like how you started out with Richter, you start out pretty much OP as hell. You have... I wouldn't say they are the best items in the game, because that would probably go to a select few items, but these items are certainly incredibly powerful and serve as Alucard's heirlooms. So you've got his sword, his shield, his armor, and there's a couple of accessories and a dragon helmet, which he also has.
Nice. You motherfucking creepy zombies coming out of the floor like nobody's business.
And one of the nice things as well is that each item has... Some of them have their own special techniques or their own special quirks, if you will. So, with the sword you have on at the moment, if you did a quarter circle forward and press the attack button, he will actually teleport towards the front and do a slash.
Yeah, I'm no Street Fighter player, so I don't think we'll be attempting that anytime soon.
But there's also some really complicated ones that involves like doing a half circle forward, then pressing back and then doing another half circle back in order to do like one of the weird magic spells, which is called Soul Steal. There's all sorts of weird like combinations of buttons you can press to get spells, and you can unlock them purely by chance or if you just happen to know it anyway, but usually the way that you're supposed to find out about them is via magic tomes, which you can buy from the shopkeeper in this here castle.
Oh, cool. I was going the right way.
Alucard.
I love PS1 era voice acting. There's just something so atmospheric about it that I adore.
Good old Alucard, who I believe is actually voiced by Richard Belgrade. And he is also in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and
Cool.
he plays the role of a mysterious man. What exactly that entails, I don't entirely know, but yeah. Oh, there you go. Death's nicked all your stuff.
My power-ups. Ugh. Oh, no, I've only got a piddly punch now.
But even more interestingly, Richard Belgrade also voiced Optimus Prime in one of the Transformers video games in 2003.
Oh, would that be Armada by any chance?
I believe that would be Armada. Let me just double check that just to make sure.
I'm so sorry that never left the PS2 because I loved the minicons and shit.
It was probably one of the best animated shows, to be honest with you. Like, a lot of the Decepticons in particular just had so much more character to them than we're perhaps used to seeing, and they got some actual development as well to boot.
Did I successfully equip that, or did I just exit out of all my choices? Nope, I have a sword now. Awesome.
Hey, we are no longer completely defenseless.
This plays pretty well. Even, like, you can hold down the jump button. This sounds silly, I know, but you can hold it down to get a meteor jump, which is nice.
Oh yes, you have quite a few movement options in this game. Like, if you press triangle, you can do like a backdash. And that actually uses a lot of speed tech in speedrunning the game, where they constantly spam the shield and backdash button in order to actually get a lot more movement horizontally than they would do just running forwards.
Yep, I've seen that shit. Ooh. A quiet interlude.
Actually, in those rooms there, you can actually take out the CD, put in like a music CD in there, and you can just listen to music while you just jump around as Alucard. It's completely pointless in the grand scheme of things, but it's a neat little thing to have, I suppose.
Okay, I gotta get used to, well, A, not having the stiffness of the older games, but having a lot more freedom. It's actually a little bit overwhelming so far.
It does feel that way, but the game does a very decent job of, I guess, gently prodding you in the right direction. In the early levels in particular, there isn't really very many areas that you flat out cannot get to. Like, usually there's a way in which to get to them, or if you can't, it's very obvious that it's something you can come back to later.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, put him in a coffin, he's done.
Nice. I bet you're just looking at this and thinking, oh, so many suboptimal routes, Tom. What the hell's the matter with you?
Well, I did play through this game for the Sony-thon, don't forget, so I have some experience and credentials more recently, but, you know, I always love seeing new people tackle this game, because honestly it's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's just so nice to see people get introduced to it, even if it's for the first time, or whether it's a case of they've been into Castlevania games in the past, but never really thought to try out this one.
Nice. I do love the level up system, I gotta say, because you're always just getting, like, new stuff.
Oh yeah, even if it's just stats and what have you, every level up does go quite a ways.
Right, so no sub-weapons, yeah, I don't know why I'm collecting hearts, but whatever, I gotta have my fix, I suppose.
There's actually two walls here that you can break, I believe. If you go right down to the bottom center of where you are now, and swing your sword downwards... Yeah, you need to press diagonally down.
Nice.
And that is just one of the many secrets you can expect to see in this game. Some are a little bit harder to find than that. The walls are a little bit more obvious as far as which ones can be broken are concerned, but sometimes you just have to sort of take a guess. Like, sometimes you can check the map and see, it feels like maybe there could be more over in this direction. That usually gives you a decent indication.
Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, I thought I was stuck in that room for a second. Yeah. I'm checking, Volk, don't worry. I'm accustomed to checking for secret walls and whatnot.
That's alright, there's none left over there. It was literally just down there and then there was one to the bottom left, but it's not overly important.
Resist Thunder, should I equip that?
That is a usable item, so it's not necessarily something you equip, and nothing here really uses lightning at the moment, so you could probably save it for later.
Okay. I am going the right way, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you're going the right way, don't need to worry about that.
Oh, hello. Stay down here, stay down here. Play it cool, Tom, play it cool.
You're just man-moding this dude.
Yeah. I'm slightly purple for some reason, should I be concerned?
You are poisoned, but I don't believe it's actually taking off any health from you. I believe poison, like, maybe reduces your strength, but if I remember correctly, it does wear off.
Okay.
It just takes a little while.
Gotcha. Oh, I missed my power-ups.
It sort of creates a heightened sense of, you bastard, when you have all this power and it just gets ripped away from you.
Mm-hmm. Checking, checking. Nope, nothing there. What are these things?
They are the skelly bobs that poisoned you earlier, so you probably want to stay away from their poison spit if you can help it. There is a save point here. Usually there is a save point just before every single boss, so you are very close to your first boss encounter.
Should I use it then?
Yes, I would highly recommend it, just on the off chance. Also, remember, save points also fully restore your health and your mana, so...
Oh, okay, that's why my health went back to max. Okay, I was a little bit confused about that, because Metroid does them separately most of the time.
Yeah, usually Metroid has a separate healing room and then the save point room somewhere afterwards, whereas here they kind of combined it all into one.
That's good, because never was it more, like, anti-fun than it was in Metroid 2, let's put it that way. How do you feel about Samus Returns? Did you ever play Metroid 2, the original?
I didn't really play much in the way of the Metroid games at all, to be honest with you. I would say more or less my introduction to the series was Metroid Prime. Because I didn't really have an NES, and as far as Super Nintendo games go, my collection was fairly limited. It was basically Mario All-Stars, Mario World, Killer Instinct, and then like a couple of weird oddball titles that probably best not spoken of, but you know, they were there, I suppose.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Most hype boss music ever.
Why is it so hype? I don't get it.
I don't know, but I'm glad it is.
Alright. Keep your distance, Tom. Keep your distance. Ow. God, I hope this doesn't turn into like another thing that was on the 24-hour live stream where I just suck complete dicks against this one boss in Bloodlines.
Yeah, this one usually throws a few people off.
Taking so much damage already.
Alright, if you duck, you'll be able to dodge that attack.
Well, it's good to know now, I guess. Where are you running? I have taken so much damage, I'm so sorry.
It's alright, it's your first time, I can forgive you.
I can't forgive me. I need health. Ow, dead, fuck.
Alright, there is something near the save point that you went earlier that might be able to help you out in that fight. You have to remember you can destroy all the torches and such, and usually those contain your usable items which use your hearts. And in one of those ones there'll be a battle axe that you can use, and it makes that fight significantly easier.
Okay, well, let's just try this again. It's a good job I saved.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, you have to see me suck before I get better, I suppose.
Exactly, nobody's good at these sort of things on their first time unless they're just extraordinarily gifted.
Yes. There we go. I thought I was overwriting it for a second. I got a little bit concerned.
That's fair enough. Actually, I just found out looking through the IMDb of Robert Belgrade that the Dracula voice actor Michael G, as he is plainly known, also voiced Harry from Silent Hill.
Interesting. So where is this battle axe that you were talking about?
It'll be in this torch here, I believe. Oh no, the one above it.
There we go. Nope, that's a heart.
I know it's around here somewhere, trust me.
10,000 torches later. There we go.
Hey, there we are. See, I know quite a lot about this game, but some of the specifics are still a little bit hazy. It has been a little while. Although I usually try and make the effort to play this game like once a year or so. Alright, so to use the axe, you need to press up and square. Yeah, there you go, you got it.
Yeah. Oh, this is much easier. And I'm out, so that's my advantage done already, but whatever.
No, that's okay. If you focus on the green guy, you've got him in a bit of a stun lock at the moment, so if you just focus on killing him first, it'll make taking care of, I think his name was Solrag or something like that? Or Sorlag?
Snorlax.
Snorlax, yes.
Get out of the way. Oh, the short range of this thingamabob is really getting to me.
I like the fact that he just lost his spear, so he just concentrates on making himself as long as possible. Alright, if you remember, if you duck, you can avoid all of those things.
Come on, Tom.
So best thing to do, get right next to him as he's about to do that attack, duck, and just use that opportunity to slice him.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got him in a pattern now, so... Oh, jeez. Yes!
There you go!
Oh, that was more violent than I was anticipating.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, oh.
Life max up! Huzzah! Huzzah for the shopkeep! Huzzah!
That thrill of defeating your first boss in a Castlevania game. There's nothing quite like it.
There we go. I want a new weapon already. I want a longer sword for one thing.
You'll find new weapons as you steadily go along. There is actually one you can pick up if you continue taking this lower route. But there is another save point in the middle of this here place as well. If you want to head back, I think in the middle part there is actually a save point.
Head back, you say?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Respawning enemies. Well, I suppose they'd have to, because it's a level up sort of system. EXP and all that.
It's also the fact that the monsters themselves also drop items occasionally, so there is a certain way that you can farm for items by standing next to a door and effectively zoning in and out. And that will keep respawning the enemy, which you can then kill, and then hopefully you get all the rare loot. It is used for a rather infamous enemy called the Shmoo, which drops the legendary sword, the Crisagrim, which is widely seen as the most powerful sword in the game.
Okay. Should I continue on the bottom route?
Yes, if you want a new item to mess around with, I would definitely recommend it.
I do.
It is only a fist weapon, but it is a very powerful fist weapon, if I recall. Oh no, it's a dagger, this one. The fist weapon comes later.
Okay.
It's not the sound of an elevator you hear every day.
No, definitely not. Alright, I guess I'll just stand here until we come to a stop then.
Alucard don't mind, he's chill about it.
Yeah.
And then you can go further down to get another item.
Sunglasses?
Yep, gotta look cool whilst you're traversing through the castle.
What do they do exactly? Let's have a look.
It is a purely defensive item, I believe.
Sunglasses, my intelligence goes down.
But your defense will go up.
Okay. Good stuff.
I'm not sure why they reduce your intelligence. I mean, what does that say about people who wear sunglasses regularly?
Well, they're compensating. So yeah, sprite work is great, music is fantastic. It's just the touch damage system that I've never liked from Castlevania. I just find it a bit cheap. Like, if he's swiping at me, if a fireball hits me, sure, but whatever, it's just a nitpick.
Never really quite got it myself, but I suppose it makes sense in context. So it's just like, you wouldn't just throw your body against like some giant skeleton and expect to come out unscathed.
Let's see.
So the Ballistard was the sword you just picked up, or rather the dagger.
Okay. I'm having a little bit of trouble reading these stat things.
Basically, a diagonal arrow pointing down is a stat decrease, an arrow pointing...
I get that.
Alright, so strength is basically how much damage you do with the weapon. Constitution, I believe, goes partly with your defense. Intelligence increases the abilities of your spells, and luck affects mostly your drop rate and your critical hit chance, I believe.
Okay, well I'll stay with the short sword for now.
Yeah, the Ballistard is pretty nice. It's a lot faster hitting than the short sword, and is only ever so slightly weaker, but you do have to get a little bit more up close and personal, and sometimes that's not exactly what you want.
No, especially not me, the NTom pleb.
Best to try and keep your distance as much as you can.
Yeah.
When you're more confident, you can go with like the Ballistard and just start stabbing people in the neck.
I really shouldn't have reacted so gleefully to that statement, but whatever, it's done now, it's in the past. What does Alucard need $50 for?
The Castlevania gift shop?
I guess so, yeah.
You know, he has to go get the yearly fridge magnet every time it comes back.
Motherfucker.
You know, since Castlevania only rises once every century, those fridge magnets have some insane value.
Bloody frig magnets, what are they like? Just making fun of you, it's fine.
That's fine. I always figured Alucard is more of a fridge magnet guy. I don't see him carrying around a keychain, to be honest with you.
No, not really, not really. Where would he keep it anyway?
Trouser pocket?
I guess so. So do you think there's a good stopping point coming up in like the next 10 minutes or so, like another boss I could die to and then come back with a better weapon?
There is actually a boss relatively shortly after this one that you just fought called the Doppelganger. I'd say that would probably be a good stopping point. And I can gently guide you along the way. As long as you stay on the upper path, you're pretty much fine.
Yeah, I'm seeing a difference in my attack power already, it's great. Get back here. You shouldn't have gone and done that. Yeah, I got access too, motherfucker.
I'm not sure if he's going to take too kindly to that.
Well, he doesn't have to. Bronze cuirass.
That is your vest armor, I believe.
Ah, okay. I keep thinking circle is cancelled, but it's not. It's triangle. Thinking of Kingdom Hearts and whatnot.
Yeah, it's one of those weird sort of things where you're so used to like confirm being X and cancel being circle that you're a little bit thrown off where just like one of these amazing games just does it differently for some reason that you can't quite understand.
$1 do. And a massive heart, sure.
Imagine if Alucard didn't really come here to investigate the reason why the castle's still there, he just came in just to loot a few candlesticks and pay off his mortgage.
Yeah, shit, I got bills to pay, man. Marble Gallery, cool. You enjoying the tunes, Mr. Volk?
Oh, I am indeed. Like I said, this easily has like one of the best video game soundtracks around. Not just because of the hype boss theme, but like most of the music here is just phenomenal.
So does the item crash make it like a friggin' thing along the floor? Because this just seems to be one right now.
Only the Belmonts have the ability to item crash, actually. Alucard, he has different uses for his items, but for the most part, they don't have a secondary use for him. I guess that's pretty much a Belmont exclusive power.
Okay. Yeah. Wee. Dagger. No es bueno. Oh god, it's a moving table.
The Ouija table.
Okay, yeah, sure. Save. Why not?
Alright, so if you take the downward path here, we'll actually loop back around to back where Death actually stole all your shit.
That motherfucker.
It's an alternate route which has like maybe one or two items of, I guess, decent-ish value, but for the sake of this here Patreon run-through, it's not something you necessarily need.
So should I go this way or not? I'm getting mixed messages.
No. I would say you should carry on going backwards and head towards the upper path instead.
Okay. Carry on going backwards is a very confusing term, by the way.
Alright, go back on yourself then, is actually what I was probably meant to say.
Doodly-doo, doo-doo-doo.
See, it's already getting to you as well.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Oh, these motherfuckers.
I see you've already become a Castlevania veteran. The hatred of the Flea Man is already ingrained into your soul.
I've done enough retakes on the classic ones to know what a Flea Man is. Oh.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
Is this the same Maria from all those years ago?
That is correct.
Jeez.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
It's Dracula backwards.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well,
Real
perhaps
smooth there,
we'll meet
Alucard.
again. If you live that long.
Hey.
Farewell.
So the clock tower here, for anyone who has played through Symphony of the Night before, has a lot of significance in the actual story of this game. It's actually what you need to do to actually access the inverted castle and to get the best ending. But there's also a couple of other hidden secrets as well, so if you pick up the time freeze item, you can actually open up another path up above, and that will actually take you to a list of fake Alucard items, which are significantly weaker compared to the real counterparts, as you can probably imagine, but unlike the real counterparts, if you equip all 3 items together, you get an insane luck boost, which can be very handy for finding rare items.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to come up here, but there is nothing here. Oh, Skelly Wellies! I hate them, Volk. Why do they hate me so?
Skeletons are hateful people. Well, except for the funny bones.
I guess so. Clues in the name, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Motherfucker!
I'm not quite sure why something like a bone being thrown at you would provoke the ballerina twirl in pain.
It's so insulting is the thing. It's like you threw a piece of yourself at me? Why, are you so poor you can't afford like a sword or something?
This is my femur. I'm gonna need you to give this back to me later.
No, this is going to my dogs, mate. Stay ducked down, Tom.
Although one of the nice things about this game is that, depending on the amount of damage you actually take from an attack, Alucard will actually react in a different way, so...
I've noticed.
If he takes a very weak attack, he might get nudged ever so slightly, but if he takes a huge attack in comparison to his level, he will literally be flung far across the stage and will usually get plastered against a wall.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually found that out accidentally once in a level that comes by later on where a boulder chases after you. And I accidentally got hit by that boulder trying to jump over it, and I just got flung.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Okay, so it seems I can attack these guys quickly enough before they throw out their projectiles, which is good.
There's definitely some enemies where a good offense is usually your best defense as well. And you came across a couple of those magic doors. They can be opened later on, but you need to reach the library first.
Okay.
You get a few of them dotted around.
Doodle-doo. I gotta get it into my mind that these Skelly Wellies are the same enemies as in like the 2D games. There's like nothing different between them.
Not really. I mean, there is a lot more variety in the skeletons in this game, so rather than the ones that just sort of chuck bones at an angle, you've got the ones that sort of chuck things straight forwards, you've got skeletons that throw boomerangs at you, and later on in the game you get skeletons that shoot giant fuck-off laser beams at you and will probably kill you if given half a chance.
I'd just like to point out, that gave me no trouble by a single skeleton throwing his femur. Jesus.
It's a larger enemy, so there's a lot more of it to hit.
I guess, yeah.
Its attacks are a little more cumbersome and more telegraphed, but they will hurt a lot more.
Yeah. Wow. Jesus. Sprite work is so fucking good.
Some of the enemies have some really crazy death animations in this game. Some just don't make any sense, others are just awesome to see.
Dum-de-dum. Look at these two angels just fucking JoJo posing over her.
They are protecting the $250 dudes, that's why.
How do you feel about Part 5 being announced, my friend?
Oh, it's gonna be so good. And the good thing is it's reasonably close too.
What is this nonsense?
He will petrify you if you get hit by one of his projectiles, but if you can hit him, usually he'll recoil for a little bit, so you can actually get him in a position where you can just keep attacking him and he'll just die.
Stun lock.
I don't know if you noticed the eyeball sort of glaring at you in the background as well.
Never. Ooh, what? There we go. I was only petrified once. It was terrifying, but I'm over it now.
Yeah, luckily it doesn't really do much unless you get caught in there for an extended period of time, in which case you will start taking a lot of damage. But usually it's not too bad, especially if it's just petrification and you're just kind of there alone.
Yeah. Quivering, silent, and afraid.
Alright, so to get to your next boss fight, you'll want to head up.
Okay. Zircon, you say?
Zircon doesn't actually do anything. You can use it as an accessory, but it doesn't actually give you any stats.
Right.
What they are used for is for selling purposes in the library later on in the game.
Is there a save point down here?
There is a save point up, just before where the boss is.
Based Volk, always looking out for me.
Well, this is one of those games where I literally can do that. Like I said, I know this game pretty much like the back of my hand, so I can pretty much... I could be in a position where if you were to do this entire game, I could just literally coach you the whole way through.
Yeah. Oh my god, he like mini supernovas before he dies, that's rad.
Oh yeah, these are slightly different variations on the Axe Lord armors that you've fought before.
Well, they died the same, so... Look at me, getting all, like, egotistical and whatnot.
That's fine, it's fine.
There we go. Well, I didn't realise my health was actually that low.
Yeah, you took about half, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I guess so.
Especially for one who doesn't know quite what's coming, so...
One who doesn't know what's going on in general, I think. Wee. And again.
And one more time for good measure.
Wee.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Alrighty then, let's see how he fares against his second boss encounter. But is Tom prepared to fight against his one true enemy? The one person who perhaps he is not quite prepared to fight, but has to overcome in order to fight the evil that lies within. Can Tom fight himself?
Well, have you seen me play thus far? I'm gonna hazard a guess and say yes, because he's doing like 1 damage right now. Fuck.
There is actually ways in which you can just cheese this guy by just putting him in an attack animation constantly that you can just easily counter.
The touch damage. It is nasty, but he's not doing all that much damage to me, honestly.
No, but he is a lot more mobile, so he can oftentimes get the drop on you, especially when he does the bat transformation. That attack is the one that does the most damage. All the rest is kind of just, I guess, positional stuff, I suppose. Yeah, you got this.
Yep, no worries. He goes high, I go low. God, it's like looking in a mirror, I'm seeing 4 Alucards here. Yeah. Little bit annoying, but that was mostly out of my own doing.
That's fine. Like I said, usually to lock him into that animation requires you to do something very, very specific. Sometimes you can come across it accidentally, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, shall we leave it here?
Yeah, I reckon this is probably a good stopping point. So, how was your first foray into Symphony of the Night? I know it doesn't seem like much at the moment, but as you progress through the game, there is a lot more involved. But as far as an introduction is concerned, what are your thoughts?
Clunky, but that was definitely more on me than the game itself. Obviously, it holds up visually, like even though we're playing like the PS1 emulated version on the PS3, not on the PS4 for some reason, don't know why, but whatever. I like it. It has all the classic Castlevania sensibilities of touch damage and such, which I've never been a fan of, but again, that's more on me than you know, the game itself. If you guys want to see more of Symphony of the Night, let us know. It may turn into a full playthrough and whatnot in 2019. Here's everyone who's currently pledged. Thank you again, Nocturne, for pledging for this. Hopefully I didn't suck too much balls at this, but you know what you're getting in for when you commission NTom to play a game for y'all. So, yeah, we shall see you all next time for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Remember, if you're currently pledging on the $25 and up tiers, please pause that until the end of July, then we'll start taking orders again. Thank you. See you next time.